It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline Bling.
Yes, it's a Wednesday. You know what that means. It's time for your culinary hotline. Bling, ting, ting, ting. Right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, Mandela Day is here. It has arrived. And we have a very special culinary hotline edition lined up for you this morning. We're going to be chatting about Tata Madiba's favorite foods and hope that we can inspire you to try one of them or maybe two of them for dinner this week. We have our leading ladies, Anel Potgieter and Chef Jenny Morris, on our foodie panel this morning, who is standing by to answer all of your burning foodie questions. So if you have any culinary questions or conundrums, please feel free to call us live on 021 430 9881. Our lines are open. Ladies, welcome. Welcome. So good to have you. Look at this. Look at she's popping
Doesn't she look
colour.
fabulous with this popping colour?
This is the new Jenny Morris chef jacket range.
Lovely.
Jenny.
We love it.
I love the
Yes, we do.
material. It's beautiful.
Listen, it's Mandela Day. We've been gearing up towards the day for the longest time. What does this day mean to you, and what are you guys going to be doing for your 67 minutes?
Well, you know, for me, it just brings it all back to what that man did for this country.
Yes.
Madiba, Mama loves you. So what I'm doing is at the Cape Quarter in Greenpoint, we are making soup, we're making bread, and we're making Sasco muffins.
Okay.
We want you to come and buy those muffins. They're only 20 rand each.
Nice.
And all of that money and everything, all the soup, everything that we've made will go to Food Forward, to the Haven, which does so much for the people on the street, and to the Carpenters Workshop.
Fantastic. I like that. Go out and support Jenny Morris at the Cape
Yes,
Quarter.
I've tasted those yesterday, so please go and buy them. I'm going to do something less extravagant than Jen. She's always so creative. And
Yeah.
I'm going to visit the Frail Care Centre, and I'm just going to
Nice.
read to the older ladies that never get visits from their family or friends. So that's what I'm going to do, is spend an hour there and read to them and just chat to them.
I love that. That's
They
very
just
nice.
actually want
Amazing.
somebody to come and hug them and say hello to them, because the
Yes.
children have forgotten them there.
And see, this is for me the most important thing. Yes, we are celebrating his birthday and we're all going out of our way to do 67 minutes of good and uplifting those around you, but it should be something we do on a daily basis. You know,
Yes,
something we should do
yes.
often, living his legacy, not just celebrate it
absolutely.
on one particular day. Right, like I mentioned, yes.
Smack those children.
Yeah, there we go. Listen, I said we have a very special culinary hotline this morning. Now, Kaliswa Ndoyiya was Tata Madiba's personal chef, and she was the first one to release a cookbook on his favorite dishes. So we're going to be talking about some of those. What are some of those dishes that he absolutely loved, that just stands out for you guys?
You know, he loved amasi. That was a big thing. He wrote to Winnie Mandela when he was in prison. He wrote to her, how I long for amasi, thick and sour.
Yes.
And he grew up with amasi in his mom's house, you know. So, and if you look at Mandela, look at his food, you actually look at South Africa's history through a kitchen window.
Wow.
Because he grew up as a child eating amasi and millies. Then when he was a lawyer, he was introduced to Indian food, you know, through his friends. Then he went to prison and had that horrible food. Then after he became president, it was his presidential feasts.
Yes.
And then he also fell in love with prawns and stuff after he married Gracia Marcel.
But you know the thing, he was a humble man. So he loved his oxtail, he loved his sampan beans, he loves his impokok, which
Yes.
I love, and amasi I love with brown bread.
Amasi and brown bread, sorry.
Oh my
I just want
God, it's too delicious. Big
Really?
chunks of brown bread, put amasi, salt, I put chili and coriander with it as well. It is so delicious.
Jazz it up a little bit.
Always you'll find amasi in my fridge, I'm not joking.
Now, according to Koliswa, he also had a couple of interesting dishes, weird combinations, like spinach and peanut butter soup.
That's not so weird.
Is it
you
not
know.
weird? Because I love both of them, but kind of separate, you know,
It's
but
very-
combining them?
Very West African.
Okay.
The peanut butter.
Yeah.
or the
So how does
peanuts
this
and-
work? What does this dish kind of look like?
Like a soup.
Okay.
Yeah, so what they normally, it's a normal type of vegetable soup. So you use onions that you braise first and some butter or oil. You use your potatoes, carrots and spinach, you know,
Yeah.
the basis of it. And then eventually, and I've never tasted this before, to be quite honest myself, they add a bit of peanut butter and for sure
the
stock.
end.
Yeah.
At the end, they
At
add
the
a
end.
teaspoon or two of
My
peanut
word.
butter to give it some flavour. And he also fondly wrote about that as well. It was one of his dishes. Yeah,
My
it's
words.
very
And
West
African.
those two flavour profiles, does it work
It
together
works.
between
No,
the
it
peanut
does.
butter
It
and the
works.
spinach?
If you think about peanut butter, you go to the east and then you get those spinach rolls with they serve with a peanut butter sauce, the satay.
yes,
Remember,
yes, I do.
It's
Yeah.
an Asian dish where you put your stuff inside, your little
But
filling.
also the peanut butter thing comes from Mali as
Okay.
well. So
it's African, very African.
African, yeah.
Interesting, interesting. Listen, our lines are open, 021430, if you want to ask our two leading ladies any questions, maybe helping you out in the kitchen. Now, you mentioned it a little bit earlier on, one of Tata Madiba's favorite traditional dishes was umpokotko.
Yeah.
What exactly is that? And how would we put that together if we want to make it for dinner?
Yeah. Dit is krummelpap, like maize meal, but in a crumbly form with amazi.
It's almost like a big couscous.
Yeah.
Yes.
And interesting, can I tell another tale? I love his tale. He was actually, Madiba was in one of his overseas visits and he was at the Dorchester Hotel, 5-star hotel in London.
Wow, okay.
And he was so tired of hotel food that he actually asked one of his colleagues that was flying from South Africa to London to meet up with him to bring him the dish.
Love it.
The krummelpap in amazi, to bring it to him in London. And that's how much he loved it.
Well, if you're living in London, you make your own amasi. Just put it outside and let it ferment.
Yeah.
So are you going to quickly just show us?
So krummelpap is just water,
Yeah.
but I usually make it 1 part water and about 2 to 3 parts of
It's
of
dry,
Yeah.
it's a dry
And then you
mix.
just add it, and I let it boil.
Okay.
Nee, Jen?
Yeah, put the lid on.
Put the lid on, and then krummel jy dit, dan maak jy vir jou krummelpap.
I would
Okay.
say that after, like every 2 to 3 minutes, once
Yeah.
it's in the thing, and then you just take that fork and you...
And just
Yeah.
zhuzh it up a little bit. Just
Yeah.
like, look at that, crumbs forming already. Listen,
Yeah.
if you want to give us a call, it's the culinary hotline. Bling, ting, ting, ting. Right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. 0214309881. We're going to be back with our leading ladies in just a sec. Don't go anywhere.
It's my feel good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline Bling.
Welcome back. You're tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso right here on SABC3. Yet again, time for the culinary hotline. Bling, ting, ting, ting. Yes. Man, they're leaving us hanging this morning, ladies. It's shameful because it's a very special one as we take a moment just to reflect on some of Tata Madiba's favorite recipes and meals, and maybe inspire you to make some of them as well. If you have any questions, call us 0214309881. Chef Jenny Morris and Anel Potgieter standing by to answer all of your burning questions. Okay, cool. So we made this umpokotko a little bit earlier on. So just to finish it off quickly. So it's krummelpap, yes. And then what do you do with it?
You do this.
Amasi.
You do it long and slow. Oh, my.
And this is what Tata Madiba
Loved to
wanted when he was there in London.
Yes.
And he had, oh man,
Yes.
the memories. Right. So let's move on to something else. I think I'm a big favorite as well. Oxtail stew, or umsila wenkomo, as he called it.
Oh, yes.
How do you make oxtail stew proper? Because, I mean, we can't,
start?
he needed it to be perfect. All right.
Well, you know, for me, and I know for you, you'll say the same thing, long and slow.
Absolutely. Absolutely, long and slow. At least, and then put the flavorings in the stew. So you got your pot, put some beautiful tomatoes, some red wine, onions,
Garlic.
stock, garlic,
Herbs.
rosemary, hardy herbs. And then you put it in the oven covered met 'n deksel or with foil for about 5 hours. I will put it in slow,
seriously
about
slow.
150, round about there, for
Yeah.
about 5 hours.
You know what? I'd
Yeah.
use a slow cooker. If you've got
I was about
one.
to ask, what about the
Yes.
slow cooker? Because it'll
Yeah.
definitely cut down your cooking
Yes,
time. Yeah.
and the pressure cooker. Ek bedoel, it's the ander ding. Is the
Yes,
pressure cooker. It's
yes.
the other one that will work wonderful.
And do you know what I love about the oxtail is you can have the meat. I like the bone. You know, it's got all those little things. You bite it and you go, suck up all that gorgeous marrow on the inside.
I normally cut the marrow out on a piece of toast as well. You know, that's something that I
Oei.
enjoy. But it's interesting, the recipe that Madiba liked,
Yeah.
and all the chefs se hare gaan regop staan, has soppoeier in, soup powder.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Ja,
Just like stock.
and it's also got soppoeier. Wat is die ander ding wat hy in het, man? Ek gaan dit nou onthou, dat ek skoon vergeet. Genade, soppoeier is 'n belangrike
But
een.
lots
Super,
of onions.
brown onion powder.
onions.
Ja, brown onion powder that
especially
they
with
put
the
inside
oxtail.
the- yeah,
But
that-
making it, pressure cooker's all great and it's
Yeah.
great, but this,
Yeah.
in a potjie, you take the entire day, you sit down, you chill out with family, with
Yes.
friends,
Yes.
and you just enjoy it. That is the way you make a real
Yes.
oxtail potjie,
With
right?
putu.
With kutu pap,
Yes, maar stywe een.
Let's get into something sweet quickly. One of Tata Madiba's favorite desserts is that nachi-inspired malva pudding. Now, interesting, he used to tell his kids, that fruits, that's what you should eat. You don't know, no sweets and nothing fruits, but he loved indulging in all kinds of sweet things as well. And that particularly, that malva pudding was one of his favorites.
Do as I say and don't do as I do.
Yes,
That's
yes.
what we tell our kids.
Yeah, so what's the story behind that?
No, he just loved malva pudding. And then he also loved stuff like rum and raisin ice cream. That was another.
Trifle.
And trifle is another thing that he loved.
Yes.
And you know, on Robben Island, they had a Christmas pudding, they called it, but it was actually a bread pudding, layers of bread with raisins and coconut powder and cocoa powder that they actually put inside, and then they baked it, and that was their Christmas pudding. Yeah, and he loved that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You had an interesting story, but you stole a lemon
Out of his
from
garden.
Tata Madiba's actual lemon tree.
Jenny Morris.
I
Jenny.
did. And botanists will know how quickly that common rough-skinned lemon, you dry those things and they germinate very quickly. And I have a tree in my garden, but I started with the Department of Tourism. You were there. You said I could have one.
But that is great. I mean, just something, it's a little bit of a legacy in your own garden as well, which I love. I've also been there. It's a beautiful tree.
It is beautiful.
And yeah, he cared for that tree while he was there as well. Listen, Mandela Day is all about honouring the legacy of Tata Madiba, the values that he portrayed as well. So just to end off with, how can we go about and just live his legacy, specifically through food?
I think what I would say to people today, take your lunch that you take today, put it in your front seat as you drive to your work now, and give it today, give it away to a person that doesn't have food. Just do a simple thing like that.
Absolutely.
Simple thing.
And if it's one of Tata Madiba's favourite recipes, you know, even the better.
Yeah.
Put it in something that keeps it warm.
Yes.
But I do agree with you that we do not share, we do not give enough.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And we have so much.
And like I've mentioned earlier on, yes, it's a great opportunity to go out there and do something good, but keep this kind of thought, this kind of spirit in mind every day.
Yes.
What about to do small things like be kind, greet with you know, politeness and smile to people around you. I think that is the real energy that needs to come through of
And
his
just
legacy.
forget about yourself, because we're just self-oriented
thing.
to social media. There's the selfies. I put myself on Facebook, so this, and you actually forget about other people. So just put the other people in front
Before
of yourself.
you.
Yeah.
Let's put people
About
before you.
the other
Absolutely.
people.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, ladies,
Thank
for a very
you.
special edition of the Culinary Hotline. Go out and enjoy the day. Enjoy your time baking those muffins at the
Muffins.
Cape Quarter. Check
Buy
her
them.
out. For a very worthy cause as well. That's it for your Culinary Hotline. Bling, ting, ting, ting.